With 6-man finally becoming permanent in Dissidia Opera Omnia, we now face an old enemy and a new enemy, the old one being the Raging Tortoise and the new one being the Kerasleon. In this fight, both bosses have 75 million HP each, which is quite a lot. Now let's focus on the Raging Tortoise first. When it is out of its shell, it gets a 999% elemental damage resistance. Use non-elemental attacks in order to get rid of the brave that it has, and when it is in its shell, it maxes out its brave, it locks its turn, and it gets a red order. Now in order to stop this powerful attack, you have to use ice attacks, otherwise it will dispel everything and it will most likely end in a wipe for your party. Out of the two bosses, the Lion is actually the most dangerous one, and it's the one that also activates the force time for the enemies. Now the force time actually lasts for 6 turns. The force ability ignores brave reductions, but it does not ignore HP mitigation. So if you're using Poromir or Warrior of Light, do use them. When in the force time, the Lion will do single target attacks. Don't let the Lion take a turn, otherwise it dispels everything and it will most likely end in one of your party members dying. Again, if you are using Warrior of Light here, you'll be able to help out with that, and it also becomes delay immune when in force time. Now, in order to stop its force time, you need to use a melee force ability and enter your own force time. Now, in terms of the characters that you can use for this 6-man event, a lot of people will be going for Kam'lanaut, myself included, but there are others that you can use. So you can use Kain, Orden, Yuna, Selfie, Kral, Braska, Warrior of Light, Jet, Celeste, Quistis, Laguna, Cisne. We have a lot of characters that you can use here. You don't necessarily have to go for Kam'lanaut, but if you want to, you can. I know I'll be going for him. But other than that, the fight is quite long since the bosses have 75 million HP each, so do take your time with it. Remember, this 6-man event is permanent, as well as the other areas that will unlock in the 6-man category in this game. So if you want to come back to it, you can. Remember, it is permanent. With the 6-man event debut, Kam'lanaut gets his force weapon with his force partner being Cypher. His force ability is called Jin Blade. During his force time, it will go up by 20% when an ice ability is used, and will go up by another 20% if a party member attacks an enemy that cannot act. With this event, his burst weapon also arrives, and it is called Transcendent Blade. The burst effect lasts for 6 turns. When the party attacks the enemy, it inflicts 1 turn of bondage of antiquity. This debuff, when triggered after the enemy attacks, the party member with the closest turn to the enemy takes a turn immediately after, and 50% brave damage is taken. When it comes to pulling for Kam'lanaut, I will be going for him all in with gems, whereas with Paladin Cecil I will be skipping since I already have everything for him. Kam'lanaut is also a very valuable friend unit. If you do get him and you max him out, I do recommend setting him as your friend support. He will help your friends out in this game quite a bit. He is very powerful, especially with the debuff he places after he uses his burst. Do go for Kam'lanaut if you really want to, but other than that, if you feel like you're not going to need him, you can skip him. And that is it for this guide. I wish you guys all the best in the 6-man event, and if you want to, you can like the video. If you want more content, subscribe. But other than that, goodbye and good luck.